I want to move on and talk about my Rotary experience. I think Rotary is about stories. It's about the stories that we have as Rotarians, about the lives that we've changed. And so I want to tell you a little bit about mine. In 1996, I was new to Brighton, Michigan. I was selling insurance. I figured out very quickly that the movers and shakers in Brighton, Michigan were all having lunch at the Brighton Rotary Tuesday at noon. So Dad didn't raise a dummy. I decided that the best place for me to be, being a seller of insurance, was to be at the Brighton Rotary Club for lunch Tuesday at noon. My minister, I found out, was a member of the Brighton Rotary, and so I asked him to propose me for membership. I was relatively new to town. They didn't know me very well, so as a result, I was approved and they let me in the club. We did all the things in Rotary that Rotary clubs do. We were involved in a couple projects in India. We had scholarships that we gave out to high school students. We had a very active Interact club. But the first project that I was asked to come to work on was my first Rotary moment. Brighton Rotary for years has been famous for the wheelchair ramps that they build all throughout the community. In fact, I think this year they built 25 wheelchair ramps throughout Livingston County. So the first project I'm asked to work on is a wheelchair ramp. My wife thought that was absolutely hilarious because I am the most unhandy man on the planet. And I'll challenge any man here to an unhandy contest. If I try to put a doorknob on a door, it takes me all day to do it, and it still wiggles when I'm finished at the end of the day. So I usually call my friend, the handyman, who's also a Rotarian, and I tell him I got a beer for him if he can come over and make this thing stop wiggling. So here I am. I'm working on this wheelchair ramp. They put me and a young lady who was new to the club over to the side over here, and they give us a piece of ramp. They said, put these slats, nail them in 1/4 inch apart. And so we start hammering in nails, and we're straightening them out, and we're pounding them, and we're tapping them. And I found out later on they don't even use that piece of ramp. They just keep it in the truck for people like me, so that we feel we worked on the project. They'd never put that up, and a lot of wheelchairs still go on it. But here's where the moment came. The ramp was for an elderly couple who were in their mid to late 70s. Their son, who was in his mid 40s, was a big guy and completely paralyzed, immobile. So he had a motorized wheelchair. The only way they could get him in and out of his home was to literally drag him up and down the steps. And if you've ever tried to argue a motorized wheelchair up and down steps, that's no easy proposition either. The look on their faces when he motored up to the top of that ramp and swung it around, and his parents, the relief on their faces, was a life-changing moment. We changed the lives of those 3 people that day. And what did it cost us? It cost us a little bit of wood, a couple $100, and a couple hours in our afternoon.